back and live into the action. This is going to be Blitz. And we are kicking it off with some free cam action. I'm watching Explicit off the break. The only player to go left, and he is going low. Hey-oh, I got doored on. We'll see it from Explicit's first-person point of view. I have never been camera blocked like that before, Explicit. Absolutely rude.
Oh, the camera block. I love it. I love it. But it's going to be Blitz Freight. But I was just having a quick scroll through the bracket, and there's a couple of updates which people may be interested in.
Okay.
Denial, they beat Team Warrior. They have advanced to round number 4. And as well as that, a team a lot of people are really giving a lot of love to on social networks is Final Boss. They as well have advanced to the next round. So congratulations to both those two teams.
Unfortunately, up to this point, we've had issues connecting to both of those teams, but if we can figure it out later on, we will definitely show you those matches. In the meantime, you are watching Termination, the current 11th seed, Final Boss at 10th seed, Term right behind them at 11. And Termination, they started off slowed today, but they're coming in hot so far in this match, winning their first 2 games handedly, and now they could close it out with a win here on Blitz to advance to round 4 themselves. And
right now, you got Termination 3-1 up, and they started very, very well. Look at Explicit, 2 caps, 2-2-2. Right now, the scores on the doors for him. He's been being very aggressive, really pushing Gunpoint team right to the very back. But Gumby, he's who I'm looking at right now. He's just dominating the kill feed. Really, really nice plays coming from him.
Nice 2-piece there as we hop on with him. He is now going to sit up top, Owens, and this is the power position. Oh, a lagger gets by, and he will get the cap. But Hazmat, looking like he's having a few connection issues, skipped around but finished the kill. And Hazmat now doing a nice job in the middle of the map, cleaning up a second player, going to open this door. And this is so important if you're capping from the Owens side. You need to get this front door open. That way you can swing around the back, but most importantly, put pressure on the front. And he's laying on the spawn, waiting to go through. Simply not enough time as he was cleaned up. A Brolic goes through for the 4th point.
A lot of teams really don't understand or appreciate just how important these dynamic map elements, such as those doors, actually are. If you can control those doors, no matter what side you're on, you really are controlling a lot of the map. You deny access to a lot of areas which the opposition team now can't get to, which means you don't necessarily have to cover those areas. Obviously, you need to keep checking that the door is obviously shut, but you know it does just give you a little bit of relief. You can really just relax a little bit more. But right now, 6-5 in favor of Gunpoint. What a comeback we've seen in this first side.
Yeah, and Hazmat is really catching fire here. When we jumped on board with him, he had 6 kills. We end that life at 12-6 with the capture. And let's see what he's doing coming off this respawn. Excuse me.
Well, Hazmat, no surprise here, just making great headwind straight towards the enemy point. He has a couple of players in front of him. He isn't going to see him, and that's unfortunate. He is going to get taken out there. But still, it is Gunpoint with the lead in this Blitz game. And it's a fragile one. Only 1 point separating these two teams right now. And I think Brolic, yep, he's going to get taken down up top. Hazmat needs to do some defensive duty. There's a couple of players that are slipping by, and he hasn't checked. He was too busy looking at the front door. He does still have some work to do. As 2 more players.
Peekaboo!
That's just wonderful timing, but he is going to get a shot in the back. And, well, the lead has changed. Termination now.
So this is the issue. As soon as they dropped 2 members, this Gunpoint squad fell apart. They had no longer any eyes on the middle of the map. They had no idea where the opponents were coming from, and you can see how uncomfortable they are when they're pinned in their base. Finza trying to fire out, trying to get some shots on the player pushing up right, but the defense finally coming up, but they let 4 in since that 2-piece in the middle.
Yeah, that's something you can't really afford to do, and it just shows some teams how really uncomfortable they are having to slay outside of their base, and teams will fall into that bad habit of overextending, not checking your own base, and that's something that you can't do against teams like Termination, for example. I mean, you've got a very high seed, you have to show them the respect that if you do overextend, they're just going to rush your base and just rack up so many flags. I mean, they got 4 flags pretty much back to back there, which is giving them a 2-point lead, and now Gunpoint have a lot of work to do.
And here we got Propel. He was burned by that player inside earlier, gets him this time, and Hazmat charges in, picks up a kill of his own for number 17 and the 8th tying cap. Will he have time to go through? He does. 8-8, 20 seconds to go, and all of those arrows, they are inside the base for Termination. Brolic with an opportunity to score here.
Oh, I love that play. I love that play. Just snuck all the way around the outside. 7 seconds left. Now the big question is,
Propel.
Can Termination try and get a cap? There's a couple of players rushing the flags. It's level at 9-9. 1 second left. Is the Paul going to go? No, it didn't. There was one player lying on the
Blitzbomb.
on the termination point, and that was a huge kill that came in there from one of the players from Gunpoint. I'm not entirely sure
Chaotic
who it was.
got it.
Chaotic? Oh,
Yeah,
that was
he clutched it at the end, man. So that's going to keep it 9-9. It could have been a 1-point lead for Gunpoint. Big plays from Chaotic. Also, Hazmat having the game of his series, 18, 11, and 2 caps so far.
He's really making life a lot easier for his teammates to try and get those caps. And I want to have a look at Hazmat straight off the bat and see if he's going to try and do any sneaky little plays. Obviously, the sides have been flipped in competitive blitz. You play both sides. And when it's first side's ended as level as 9-9, you can only imagine just how close this second side's going to be.
Nice job by Brawlick. Comes off the spawn, picks up 2, picks up 3. 3 down. That is going to open up the map as he fell just short of cleaning up the 4th, but Hazmat is there to back him up. This is the energy that Gunpoint needs to play with. They need to up the pace and put Termination on the spawn trap. They have him coming out of Lumber. Hazmat's going to call it out. Gets one. One more player there in the orbital view on the other side of this wall. Will he see him and be able to get through? No is the answer.
They managed to get 2 caps out of that, though, so that's definitely going to be worth for the team. More importantly, they got those 2 caps and didn't give anything up, so their defense is still strong. And look at Brawlick still putting pressure on. He's going to get another cap. That's going to extend the lead to 3. Now, can they just defend their base? I mean, I say that expecting someone from Termination to be around there, but they've just not been allowed out. The spawn trap they have right now is just so lethal that if Termination aren't careful, Gunpoint could really run away with this.
So far in this round, you're seeing 6 straight kills from Hazmat. Brawlick also has put up 5 kills in this first minute, 30 seconds. So the slaying has been increased by Gunpoint. Propel, though, struggling at 8 and 15 is my player to keep an eye on. I think he could be the X factor. If we went into the half tied, he's going to need to go positive if they're going to steal this game 3.
Yeah, he's going to need to go positive, or he's going to need to make some very sneaky plays as his teammates are slaying. But more and more Gunpoint Termination try and turn this around. I'm looking at Hazmat right now. He's just going to have to do some attacking duty. He's just going to dive straight in. Gets another cap. And Gunpoint have got so many without any response from Termination. Termination, we're on 9 at the half. And it just shows you just how aggressive Gunpoint have been. They've got 5 caps in a row now with no response.
But here comes Termination into the base. Fortunately, Propel takes out 1 on his side. Now Propel can sneak past Red, get into the lumberyard, and cause a ruckus in terms of spawns. Patiently waiting. I like this play. And you can see with that orbital view where the defensive setup is going to be from Term. 2 down. Here's his opportunity. Propel could go in for the cap, and he's forced the remaining players for Termination to look backwards at the base.
I like what Hazmat is doing as well. I'm just got to look on him on the minimap, actually pushing underground. So just giving Gunpoint that extra thing to think about. Sorry, giving Termination that extra thing to really have to think about is Hazmat just missing a couple of shots as well. But right now, 15-10, a 5-point differential between these 2 teams.
And Hazmat goes through number 16, 28 and 16 after that kill as well. Great call-outs coming through here for Gunpoint as they have now found their stride. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to hold off your base. Can they do it? All 4 down. This is not what they needed. Conquer breaking in for the first cap. No one in position to stop him. He actually gets hit with the stuns. Does not go through. Chaotic trying to clean up from the middle of the map as all of Gunpoint is charging forward.
The reason that play actually didn't work was Explicit, who was the first into the Gunpoint base, pushed straight through. Now, normally that's going to be a smart play, but he pushed to the wrong side of the spawns. So all that really did was that the second and third players that were pushing in, they just got straight out slayed before they could do anything. And now the point lead with 1 minute 15, everyone from Termination goes down. This is looking like Gunpoint's game.
12-16. 70 seconds left on the clock. Hazmat on your screen. Challenging 2 players. Spots them both. Does he go through? Gets one. Gets the second somehow as Gumby jumps into the bullets. 32-18, 5 caps. Definitely the MVP so far. How many can he finish with in the last 50 seconds?
Oh, we saw Parasite choke the 40 bomb yesterday. Is Hazmat going to get close? Unfortunately, does get knifed on that B-Domo area. 45 seconds left. Hazmat, can he try and increase, maybe at least reach the 35-point mark? But he's had a fantastic game, that is for sure. getting those caps, getting those kills all the time. Clutch kills. I mean, we saw that two-piece in the enemy base. I mean, he didn't necessarily need to shoot either of them. He could have just slid in, but he decided he wanted to as he continues to rack up more and more kills.
And now Propel on our screen. Propel, long-range fire, can't get the shots through the window. Fins of the God also there on defense. Finza drops. Here comes Conqueror and the friends. Will they go through? Chaotic slides in, but that is 14. They still need 4 points, and there's not enough time on the clock for them to mathematically tie this. It is over. We're going to a game number 4. Termination finally dropping one as Hazmat goes huge to win Blitz for Gunpoint.
It just shows you how big he needed to go, though, for them to pick up a map. Because, I mean, with a player going 34-5, well, 34, 21, and 5, you expect it to be a little bit more comfortable than just 5 caps. So going into the next game, Domination, Gunpoint need to go just as big. Otherwise, they could be out.
All right, so we are going to another commercial. When we return, game number 4, we go back to Domination. Can Termination finish it out? Or are we going to see a game 5 as Gunpoint, they now have the momentum?